welcome back to SmackDown Vs Raw 2006 GM mode. I am your host, attackslug, and it is the go-home show for Wrestlemania. 2 more SmackDowns remain. We are just about finished here on the schedule, so this SmackDown, tomorrow's SmackDown, and then WrestleMania 21, finally. So Denver, then Omaha, then what? Long Island, New York. So, alright. In the emails, nothing for nobody. In the roster, there is one last demand I must acquiesce to, and that is the Animal Batista today on the show. Wants a world title shot. Anybody else, you'll be fine for 2 shows and then Mania. So, you're not going to get angry and leave, and it kind of don't matter, because otherwise it's Carlito, Edge, RVD, Shelton. And obviously Edge in a feud, but not a top feud. So Edge wants a title shot, and no, Edge, I'm sorry. I thought I knew you. It's not happening. Carlito, the man I released for wanting a shot, also wants a shot. And sorry, but that's just not cool. Carlito, ain't happening. So feel free to sit in catering at the grandest stage of them all. Now then, rivalries are still doing well, but I'm worried about that one at 10 weeks. Is it going to make 12? I'm going to say probably not, but, you know, we'll see. So, that means, again, we are so far ahead of Raw that they cannot make up that gap in 2 SmackDowns. I just don't see it happening. We can't lose by 1 million on a SmackDown twice in a row. I mean, look, if I book nothing, then maybe. But I'm not booking nothing, obviously. So, alright, that means the schedule. SmackDown, Denver, Colorado. The main event will be Taker and Batista. The Phenom and the Animal. Singles, managers in the corner. And ideally, this should keep John Cena's minor injury from getting any worse. But that one time we had that and the guy managing still got injured, so I would not assume anything at this point in this ball game, Maggle. So, Taker versus Batista for that world title. John Cena in the corner of that dead man, and Andre the freaking Giant in the corner of Batista. So, the Animal and the Eighth Wonder on the same side. Now then, for that world heavyweight title. And Batista, spoiler, y'all ain't gonna win this one. I'm sorry. But also, I forgot, what is my fatigue looking like? How crazy can I get? Alright, so Eddie and Randy must still not get crazy. They had a first blood yesterday, back to a standard today, and the rest of y'all can kind of get a little bit, like, nothing like a Hell in a Cell, but you can get a little bit. So, if it is Taker, who's down there, and Batista, who's down there, they could do a gimmick match if I wanted them to do a gimmick match. But, you know what? We're fine with what we have, because yesterday was a tables match and a submission, so this one should be just different enough to make that work. But rest of the roster, we'll see, man. We shall see on the rest of that roster. So, main event is set, and you know what? We're going to get a little bit risky here with Eddie and Randy Orton. At the 10-week mark, we want a 5-star match. And how do you do that? Head to the main event, because Eddie's thing is the parking lot brawl. So backstage brawl, which is 4 pips, and the parking lot baby. If there happens to be an injury, I think we'll survive somehow, given how high of a gap we have over Raw. Now, promo number 2. Do we need the money? I mean, not really, but sure, we'll take the money. Match number 4. HBK versus The Big Show. Let's put them in a tables match. So, HBK, Big Show, 3 pips there. Tables match, 89 and 91. Love to see it. I will say, back to a singles standard regular match for JBL and the Rated R Superstar, who still wants his title opportunity. Not happening. I'm sorry. It's just not how things will go today. So, there's that. 83.79. Promo number 1. Do we start hyping up Mania now, or do we do something else entirely? We already did interference and slander, and there's no point in doing advertising, so sure, let's hype up WrestleMania for 10,000. Fine. Now, opening contest was a ladder match yesterday that was non-title, and so before that was a TLC, and so let's say we'll have a triple threat match. Christian, Ray, and Jericho, who's not a cruiserweight. And you'll see that I can't put the title on the line here because he's not a cruiserweight. But hey, something different with somebody on that same level of popularity should make for a good matchup. Now, that leaves match number 1. Do I book a match number 1? I mean, I could. I could say, hey man, what if my job guys go into a Hell in a Cell match? Like, that could happen. A triple threat Hell in a Cell match with 5 pips of fatigue, because they clearly are not working Mania, so why not say RVD and Shelton Benjamin and Carlito in that triple threat Hell in a Cell for 43 grand, because sure, let's open the show with Hell in a Cell, why not? Is that going to get me a good star rating? Probably not. Is that going to do a lot of fatigue? Well, yes, but does it really matter in the long term? Not really. So, that means Hell in a Cell opens the show. Shelton, RVD, Carlito. Then Christian, Ray, and Chris Jericho in a triple threat matchup. Then Mania hype. Then Edge and JBL standard. Big Show, Shawn in a tables match. Merchandise. Backstage brawl, Randy Orton and Eddie. And your main event is Batista versus Taker for that World Heavyweight title. Lock in that SmackDown. Let's do the dang thing. Who wins Hell in the Cell? It is Carlito. Is that cool? I guess. Okay, Christian, Jericho, Mysterio. It is Mysterio. Edge versus JBL. It is the Edgester. Big Show versus Shawn Michaels. And Shawn putting Big Show through the world's largest table. Randy Orton, Eddie Guerrero, parking lot brawl. You get Randy with the victory over Eddie in his match type. Now then, we must be the Manimal. Batista fighting clean. Andre, clean. Taker, dirty. Cena, clean. It's still John Cena in the sports jersey, because, of course. Bring on the challenger. In the last favor I do for this roster in this playthrough. So, Batista, get to the ring. Make it happen. We've got a dead man to fight and lose to the world's champion Phenom with that title around his waist. And John Cena just like, yeah, man, I'm here for the dead man, the Phenom. We're doing it. And wow, just even back then, belts clipping through the cloth. It's just a age-old problem in video games. But Taker is here to defend against Batista, who has Andre at ringside. And yes, the plan would be for a Hell in a Cell world title match between those two at WrestleMania, because Taker does good with Hell in a Cell. So, that being said and done, let's get a movin' in this matchup. And at least we know that Taker is not going to try for a finishing submission. This is before Hell's Gate, so at least there is that. But yes, mushing the mouth with his arm there, doing that dang thing. And still, I mean, he's doing the triangle choke here, but that's not Hell's Gate. Dead man, how quickly can you put away the animal as you are almost at finish already? In the first 40 seconds of this matchup, you're just about there. Now, sure, I'd take a count out. Nice big boot. I will take a DQ. But if you want to hit that last ride on me there, dead man, also, there we go. Last ride. So, you done it now. Gonna made a big mistake. Boom, all the way down, and then drag to the center, and then pinfall, and Batista, we gave you what you want. 2, 3. We gave you what you want, Big Dave. And still, with the confetti, let's go. Okay, Raw, how much did you beat me by on this episode? A new champion. Fan change. Raw. 50K. Yeah, okay. Can't buy a victory, Paul London. Oh well. What a shame. 4.5-star Raw. SmackDown gets 4 stars. So, alright. Bret Hart, Triple H. 3.66 versus a 6.33. It's like poetry. It rhymes. Okay. Now, the roster. What do we have for the contentness? Edge is unsatisfied. Edge, there was one SmackDown, and it goes content, unsatisfied, angry. So you can stay unsatisfied because you ain't getting a shot at the US title tomorrow. Not happening. But Andre, content, wants a shot. Mania Andre, Mania. Batista, content, wants to win. Carlito, title. Jericho wants to win. And Michaels wants a shot. Sean, I hate to break it to you, not happening. And then fatigue on Eddie and Randy. All right, so singles match for them tomorrow. And if that's the end of their feud before Mania, that's kind of is what it is, right? Like, I can't help that. So, rivalries, we're good, and we're good. But that's going to be cutting it real close. I don't think I've seen a 13-week thumbs up on this game, so I don't think it's possible. But I could be wrong. You never know. But in the meanwhile, the reports. We have Raw, 2.5, 2.5, 1.5, 4.5, 4, and 4.5. Mankind, Steve Austin, Iron Man match. So, Triple H, oh my god, that's the first time in this whole video series I have seen Raw actually have their tag titles up at all. They've never done it. It's the first time on the, right before Mania. That's wild. Absolutely wild. So Triple H and Bret Hart are your tag team champions. They beat The Rock and Kurt Angle. That's really funny. Okay. SmackDown. It is 2.5. Hell in a Cell is 2.5. 3, 3.5, 4, 5, 5. That was a solid SmackDown. The fan support says, hey man, there is no way with one SmackDown that Raw gets anywhere close to what I'm doing here on this brand. So, that means we have one more SmackDown tomorrow. And then I'm back here on a special episode for Sunday for Wrestlemania is the plan. Obviously, Pixels is on Saturday as it usually is. Tune in for that. Y'all should watch. Anyhow, I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you next time right here for more videos. And I'm out.